made a couple of videos and I still haven't figured out where I want to stand yet. But hello everyone, I am Casey. Well, I'm introducing myself. I've made a few videos already because you don't know me. Oh, I love me a good pun in the morning. It's 1 p.m. when I'm filming. That's any inclination on how this video is gonna go, then just go ahead and log off. It's not worth it. So I figured out what I'm gonna do. Not with my life, but with this channel so far. Every time I read a book, I'm just gonna talk about said book that I read in a review. Talk about it while everything is fresh on my mind. Don't start another book, Casey, until you talk about this book. Because I forget things like that. Although I probably forgot everything I was gonna say because it took me forever to get this whole setup set up. Like if you guys could see beyond this screen at what's keeping this laptop up, it's embarrassing. So, I read The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which, since this book was made in UK, is not its UK official name. Because it was originally just The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, when it hit American markets, it sounded very similar to another book, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn, random last name there. So, they had to switch it up a little. But now you have to figure out what is the half-death. Well, this book is even like beyond mystery. It's mystery with a sci-fi twist. Bit of a thriller too, because I was thrilled. So the plot and what you can read on a little dust jacket or the back of the book of 7.5 Deaths is an immediate eye-catcher. He has no memories of his previous life or his other lives, reliving this time loop and all the other times he's failed. And he's failed so many times. He's been here for he has 8 days to figure out the murder. And the awesome thing is, every time he falls asleep, he wakes up in the body of a different person who's at the party that Evelyn Hardcastle is murdered at. So 8 days, 8 hosts. By the end of the 8 days, if he does not figure out who solves the mystery, he has to repeat it all over again with no memories. And the thing is, he's not alone. There's rivals in the castle with him, also trying to outcompete one another to try to earn their freedom. Wow. Who thought of that? Oh, I know who thought of it. The author, Stuart Turton. That is a phenomenal concept. And not only that, it's like the mystery, because you have to solve a murder. It has the sci-fi twist, because you're stuck in a time loop. And the thriller part is these rivals, some of them are out for blood. They will kill you and all your hosts, so you'll be forced to fail. So you're not only trying to solve one girl's murder, you're trying not to get murdered yourself. And you trust no one. Except one person, but should you? And another person, but should you trust him too? Read the book and find out. So all the wonderful things that I loved, like the plot, I can't say enough. I just loved the whole murder, time loop, rivals out for blood thing, and ooh, how do I put this? And the general creepiness of some of the characters, like the good creepy that we need in murder books. The guy overseeing this whole thing, the plague doctor, is you know, he's wearing the plague doctor mask. That's creepy enough. But he just pops out of nowhere. And it's not really a grand thing. The leaves don't swirl around him when he appears. There's no fanfare. You can just be walking down the hallway and he'll just be like, "Did you solve it yet?" "No, plague doctor. You got 8 days. He sticks around, he helps a little, but do we trust him? No, we don't. The setting is creepy, which I loved. The people are creepy, loved it. Lots of things I didn't like about it. So on Goodreads, I gave this book 3.5. 3.5 is not an awful book. That is, 3.5 is, I really enjoyed you, but you have some flaws. I'll save the spoiler section for the end of the video because I really need to vent about this, but I'll just say that if you're like me, you have a preconceived concept of what's going on, and this is hard. I'm trying not to spoil anything. Basically, towards the end of the book, what you think is going on, why the time loop is happening, isn't why it's happening. And the reason why it's happening is very unsatisfying. And towards the end of the book, this is one of the things that drives me crazy in books, is when we get a whole bunch of backstory, motivation, just story that we need, and it's just given a few sentences in the back of the book. Towards those last 50 pages of the book, we learn that one of our supposed allies, someone we don't know if we can trust yet, has been a bad person who was in a bad group and did really bad things. I'm barely paraphrasing. That's just the backstory there. And that's all we're given. We have to imagine it for ourselves, and I don't like that. No, I want to be told what is going on in these people's lives before I even met them. I want them to tell me what happened, but yeah, they can't because their memories were wiped. But the people who do know what's going on should tell me, the reader, what's going on. Things were not explained either at all or well, and that just led to an overall flat ending, really. Not really satisfying, but I'm about to get into the spoiler section, so you see this? I don't know where I'm going to put it yet in editing, but probably here, because there's more space. don't listen if you don't want to hear the ending. So we learned that this whole illusion of Blackheath is really a rehabilitation program for a prison, and everybody in there, except the main character, has been, like, heinous, a scourge of society, all except our main character, who came on his own volition. However, we're not told how this is all happening. If the prison system has invented means that trap people within virtual reality or their own heads, linked to other people sharing the same reality as them, I want to know exactly how it happens. I want to know the technical stuff. I want to know how they did it. Basically, nothing exists outside of Blackheath, and we're not giving any explanation. One of my biggest peeves is Aiden Bishop. Aiden Bishop, the guy who is our main character. That's his real name. That's not really a big spoiler. It's just nice to know his name. But we learn that he is the guy who came voluntarily into Blackheath to chase down someone to get revenge. And he doesn't remember why he's there to get revenge, so the plague doctor tells him. He says that so-and-so killed someone that you loved, and that's it. Like, it's just explained to him. He doesn't even feel like a connection to the person who was killed, who was like part of his family, and it was just very empty. I felt no love for the person that he was supposed to avenge because it was just like smashed in there at the last minute. So yeah, motivation and world building was not really good in this book, which I love my characters. I'm a character driven and plot driven reader. I need everything to work together, and it just didn't. The plot, very nice. How everything works, the characters were fine. I like the characters. Just trying to explain why they're the way they are doesn't work. This is a debut book though, so what I'm trying to speak into existence here is a prequel to this, maybe The 7 Lives of Aiden Bishop, where we see what led him to come into Blackheath. Doesn't that sound good? Yo, Stuart, collaborate with me, bro. I'll be your co-author. We can do this. But anyways, I do highly suggest to read this book. I really liked it. It's a good, like, page-turner to see how many times this guy is going to get murdered by his rivals. Because, like, he either wakes up in a new body, or one of his body is killed, and he's forced to live in another body before his time runs out. It's a big game of chess. No one's what they seem. Secrets are everywhere. A lot of people get killed, and I like that. Thank you for listening, everybody. I am standing in front of my new bookcase and keep turning those pages so you can get to the end and you can feel my thoughts and know what I'm even talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh, wait, there's one more thing I want to talk about. Oh, my camera's crooked. Hold on. Just slide this notebook under there. There. Fake like I know what I'm doing with cameras. Okay. And like I said, this whole thing is a murder mystery, but the mystery is unsolvable. Like, there's no way you and I, humble mortal readers, looking down at everything, actually no, in everything, because we're there in first person perspective, we cannot solve this mystery. Everything is like laid out and explained to us on why this is happening. And another thing that can make and break it, besides like the world building and all the motivations and explanations that are due to us, is if you think this was solved right. If you think Evelyn Hardcastle's death was solved in a very satisfying way. It was pretty meh. I was just really waiting for the plague doctor just to scare us some more. Hoping like, is he listening to this? Is he just gonna pop out and go, she's lying? But yeah, those are my last thoughts. I promise I'm leaving now. Bye.